Atletico versus Real Madrid is shortly underway. A huge game that could have a lot of potential effects on La Liga. Benzema starting for Madrid. Suarez on the squad list, but on the bench. What are your thoughts going into this game?
Atletico needs these points to narrow that gap between Real Madrid and the rest of the pack.
10-point difference gap. Let's see how this game goes. See you guys at the end of the first half. What's up, guys? Welcome back to El Merengue Culé. It seems like it's been a minute since Ricky and I have both been on the same stage doing an analysis video rather than just a live reaction. So we're back to that dynamic, and today we're going to be talking about the Real Madrid Atletico Madrid game. Currently it is the end of the first half, and gonna give us your thoughts.
I think it's been a game that's been fought in the midfield. Very few chances that have related to like a shot on target that you can say that's a highlight for the game.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fighting in the midfield. Atletico Madrid starting off the game very physical, putting the body on Real Madrid, letting them know we're here to compete for the 3 points. We're not done with La Liga. You can't have it this easy. Real Madrid giving up a good battle, and yeah, a little bit physical here and there when they needed to be, but especially in the midfield, they have the ability to dictate the pace of the game. The moments that they want the ball to be slow, the moments that they want the ball to go side to side, they can do that. They got players like Cruz that can switch it, players like Modric that can get those interceptions, get the ball back to their feet, and just like we saw in the goal, when they get that ball, when they get the interception, if they want to attack straight forward, they got the players to do that. They know how to do it. Ancelotti's done a great job of telling them, you make this run, you find this player, he will be here, there will be the goal. And it's a classic Real Madrid goal.
And it's all kind of because it seems like it's becoming a little more muscle memory for the players, where they get the ball and that allows them to act a little faster. I mean, if you look at the goal, Vinicius barely puts his head up to see where Benzema is. But just like you were saying, they're kind of just trained to know where they're going to be, so they can just put the ball there and be one step ahead of the team every single play. I think that's one big thing for Madrid, where the midfield knows how to dictate the tempo super well. They know exactly when they need to slow down the game and just kind of play with the other opponents' like psychology and mentality, and just kind of mess with them. And then whenever they see a little fear in them, a little fatigue, they're like, all right, let's take it to them right now.
That's a very good point. Again, like we mentioned, Atletico Madrid started off very strong and potentially used up a little bit too much energy.
Maybe.
And I think that's exactly when Real Madrid got the goal, whenever they were able to flip that intensity against them and use their extra little battery.
One of the main players that likes to do that is Toni Kroos, and you kind of saw it at the beginning of the game that's kind of who they were targeting, trying to maybe take out of the game. So, I mean, so far, I think it's been, just like you said, a very even game. Very even game. It's going to take something else from Atletico Madrid to kind of shake up Madrid, because I feel like right now Madrid is kind of getting comfortable.
For me, it's going to take a little bit of teamwork. I think the partnership between Alaba and Militao, they understand each other very well. They do a pressure cover balance very well. And the best way to break that, in my opinion, is to get some sort of action, some sort of combinations between Griezmann, who's been absent, between Correa, who hasn't really been much on the ball either. You know, maybe you see a little bit few individual plays from them, but nothing collective. And I think the collectiveness is what's going to get one of those two center backs out of position. It's just when they're going to be able to attack.
Yep. And then just to finish off this first half analysis, who do you think is the best player so far?
Benzema, that finish. Toni Kroos can control a lot. I've liked the game of the ball a lot too. But
he's been very physical. Making sure his presence is not forgotten in the midfield. But Casemiro's kind of there to be like, I'm also here. Let's see who wins the midfield battle. But I mean, Benzema with his finish, I think aside from the finish, he hasn't done much more. But at the same time,
defending.
It's been. I mean, he's done some defending. He's come back to defend, but it's been very much of a midfield battle. So let's see if in the second half something different happens to where it kind of breaks that stalemate in the midfield, and it's just more like a back and forth game. With that being said, guys, we'll see you for the second half analysis and end of the game. All right, guys, we are back from the second half and the final game. Final score 2-0. It was a half in which Asensio got that goal, but I feel like not many sparks ended up happening after the goal. What did you see?
Yeah, I feel like that second goal from Asensio came right at the time in which Atletico was playing their best, playing their strongest. Right, I mean, Suarez is already warming up, getting ready to come in. Joao Felix helped Atletico really take that step forward. He came in on right at the start of the second half. He was the guy bringing the ball, bringing it forward in those crucial 20 meters that is really when the attack starts to kick in, when it blends from the midfield to the attack. He was the one doing that for Atletico. He was the one getting those clinical passes. Courtois coming in massive for Real Madrid the whole game.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like you said, Asensio got that goal and they disinflated.
Good night to Atletico. Yeah, I feel like just kind of like how you said, when Joao Felix came in, he changed the game. He was providing the passes that other players weren't. That Griezmann was super quiet the first half. Cunha was quiet too, and Felix came in to change the game. But yeah, just when they least expected it, Madrid was clinical. Because if you really think about the whole game, I don't think Real Madrid was the dominating team.
No.
It was, but I wouldn't go to the extent of saying that Atletico dominated Madrid. It was just more it was a midfield battle the whole game. That Madrid would win at times, Atletico would win at times. I feel like Atletico maybe created more chances, but Courtois just came up super big.
The only chance that Real Madrid wasn't able to convert was a Asensio chance a little bit before his goal.
Yes.
Took a few too many extra touches, but he learned from it. He took the next one as it came, first touch, and...
Yep, exactly. And I mean, with that being said, like, man of the match at the end of the game, they gave it to Courtois, and I think I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah.
He's just massive. You know, we finished out so many games 2-0 in the past couple run against Atletico today, Inter 2-0, Real Sociedad 2-0, Sevilla was 2-1, but we've had pretty similar scoreboards with that clean sheet. Courtois has been coming up huge. Atletico Bilbao 1-0. So many clean sheets. I think Courtois has probably been one of the players of the month for Real Madrid, at least for this streak of wins. Him and Vinicius Jr. Obviously, Vinicius gets 2 assists this game, which is huge. He keeps climbing in the goal contributions for Real Madrid, so he's been a phenomenal player for us this season. And I mean, what does this leave La Liga like?
It leaves Real Madrid 13 points ahead of the second place.
I think it's third place. Sevilla's closer.
Yeah, you're right. It's a little early to tell, but you start to see the curtain start to close on the rest of the pack.
Slightly. Now I think the interesting thing will be how Madrid can finally, after a long time, start to ease off on the amount of minutes on the midfield. Once again, I'm not happy about this at all. Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and Casemiro played all 90 minutes. They've been playing just about every single minute for the past 7-8 games.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that turns out. If maybe some injuries come up, how that will affect the team.
Yep.
Or if and when those rotations start coming, how that will affect the table and the points.
Exactly. I think that's what's going to define how strong Real Madrid finished out La Liga and how big that gap
for
is.
the Champions League, because you don't want to burn out your players a little too early.
Yeah. Which, by the way, guys, the draw for the Champions League is coming up on Monday, so we will definitely have a video discussing that. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below.
One thing. I do want to say thank you to all of you guys that have the notification bell on.
Yes.
Thank you for watching this video as soon as it comes out. And stay patient for that live reaction. For those of you that are watching the video a few hours since it was released, go ahead, watch that live reaction. It should be out by now. And thank you guys for tuning in. I stole your job, but I'll take it over from here.
Finish it off.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, the notification. I do want to say again that thank you. And as always,
I'm Madrid.